Oh, yeah. Welcome to Midday Repartee on this fine Tuesday. I am Rotten Glory, joined today by my new Tuesday co-host, the Red Devil. How you doing?
Hello.
Nice. Oh man, I'm a bit fired up. I'm a bit fired up today, man.
Me
So
too.
we're,
Me
I
too.
think we're
I'm a
gonna do
little
some,
I'm a little antsy. A little antsy.
yeah, dude. I can't believe what's going on around me, in this country, in the world. But I can't speak to the rest of the world. I can speak to where I am, my time and place right now. I'm in California, obviously, the epicenter of stupid in the
Uh,
country.
yeah.
Uh, so, I mean, I don't know, man. Where's your head at? How are you feeling about everything that's going on? Like COVID, like,
I
what's your stance on this thing?
I I'll tell you where I'm at. I've been chained to a drawing desk for practically the entire pandemic, and I took a day trip for me yesterday for Labor Day. Um, and I thought I'd go visit some caves out where I'm at and just go sightseeing and I had to
Yeah,
wear a fucking mask inside a fucking cave. Inside a cave, I had to wear a fucking mask so I didn't infect anybody in a secluded fucking cave.
right. Madness.
What?
It's absolute madness, and it's not
I'm
even.
I'm 90 feet below the surface and I have to wear a goddamn mask.
Yeah, dude.
Someone
And there's not even.
explain this shit to me.
It's not even the science, if you want to call it that, isn't even proven or good on whether or not it's even a good idea to wear masks in the first fucking place.
This is like
So
some
there's that.
Bill O'Reilly science. Waves
uh,
go in, waves come out. You can't explain that. What? Oh yeah. Okay. Dave, you did it. You explained the possible. Don't want to give them bats COVID. You got it.
well
You
done.
explained it.
Well done.
Yeah. Holy shit. The American bat, carrier of the COVID.
So just to get the ball rolling, um, I don't know when this information really went public, um, but the CDC has come out and fully admitted that only 6% of the total claimed COVID-19 deaths in the US were solely due to COVID-19, right? 6%. So I did some numbers here. And look, they're claiming 189,000, I think, as of today. That's where the number's at. We all know that's not even that number's not realistic. Uh, a lot of, there are doctors, there are people that have stepped forward, had the courage to actually talk about this. Um, the hospitals, they've been incentivized to list COVID deaths, even when it's not applicable. We know this. We know that, but fine. I'll use their fucking number, 189,000. Okay? 6% of that is 11,340. Population, 350 million. We're looking at a 0.003%. Okay? Uh, of COVID. Like, this is not, in what universe, in what reality is that a pandemic?
Well, let me tell you, it's no black plague.
It ain't nothing, dude. You're more likely. I could probably have a higher chance of killing myself buttering my fucking toast than
Yeah.
COVID, dude. Like, it's literally nothing.
Yeah. You're more likely to catch a car death by getting inside a car. I mean, you're more likely to get killed in a shark attack by getting in an ocean.
Exactly. Yeah, they love to, and they love to run those shark attack stories, even though,
Yeah.
dude, deers cause more death than sharks. This is just the media, right? This is how it works. It's all bullshit.
Yeah.
Fucking deers are more dangerous than sharks.
And like, I understand, like, this show is really like, I know it's supposed to be like comics and media and whatnot, but this is very relevant to just entertainment in general. Because right now, because of this COVID shenanigans, nothing is getting made as far as entertainment goes. Hollywood, as I see it, as we knew it, is dead. Is gone. Everything is just perished.
Yeah, absolutely. You know? And I mean, I'm not going to shed a tear over Hollywood's demise. That's for damn sure. But, you know, yeah, it sucks, dude. Theaters, you know, I doubt maybe they'll come back. I don't know. I don't know what the number. So. Didn't they release? Didn't they just release a movie or two into theaters recently?
A couple of them. I wouldn't know because all my theaters closed down for good.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. They were like, well, you know, we didn't bother to even remodel our theater, so why reopen it? We remodeled some of the ones in the town over, but you know what? Let's just close the one down completely. We'll think about reopening the other one when our kids stop catching the COVID.
Right, which was never, by the way. That's another component of this. You know, schools shut down for months. All the numbers are in, people. Go fucking check it out for yourselves. Not just in the U.S., everywhere. It's absolutely cement, rock solid fact. Kids do not transmit this fucking thing. They don't get it. There's no possible reason to shut down a school anywhere in the world. What are we doing? Why? We as fucking human beings, as people, no matter where you're living, we have to stop conceding to this shit.
Hey, Dave.
I don't know. And what's... Hey, Dave, how you doing? I don't know what the course of action is. Appeal to your local leadership, I guess, would be maybe the best thing you can do at this point. But we got to stop. We got to get up off our knees and just be like, dude, the numbers are in. You lied. This thing isn't anything. It's not a thing. Why are we still walking around pretending it's a fucking thing? It's performance art at this point.
It really is.
Fuck.
It really is. You know.
I mean,
I love how fired up everyone is today. It's great.
Well, I'm just
fired up.
I'm sick of it.
Fired up.
Like, you know, it's not like, you know, I'm a homebody anyway. Like, I exist, and my world's relatively contained anyway. But even for me, this shit has got to stop, man. It's got to stop. And I a grown man walking into a store wearing a fucking piece of cloth over my face, knowing it's a joke. It's for no reason at all. Do you know what that does? Psychologically, what does that do to you as a man or woman when you're made to do something you know is a joke? What does it do to you?
Speaking of a joke, I'm here. What's up?
You ain't no joke.
It kind of makes me feel like a Mortal Kombat cosplayer, which, you know, we all know is a giant
that's
trope.
not a bad thing. You know, dressing up as Sub-Zero, Scorpion.
How you doing, Passion?
I'm doing good. I was listening to your little diatribe.
What do you?
You know,
I mean,
I'm not on either political spectrum really. My concern is about totalitarianism and authoritarianism. And those are the two things that really concern me. It doesn't matter what political party you are. I don't care. Because both sides do it. Okay.
Yep, of course.
We all seem to be forgetting about the whole 9/11 time when the Republicans were screaming, terrorists are going to get you. Terrorists are going to get you.
I
Yeah.
haven't
all the
forgotten
time,
that.
and then they lied about the Iraq War and all that stuff. So they're no better. I mean, I'm sorry if you're Republican or whoever you are, but I remember those 10 years, and we're still in those wars 20 years later.
I agree
So-
with you, man. 100%.
No,
It's not
I
about
agree with you
this
completely.
shit.
all
Isn't
about
about
control.
Republican or Democrat. Now,
Yeah.
it just so happens the Democrats right now are complete fucking lunatics. Like,
Well, they tend to push it even more.
so, but you're right. It doesn't matter. Republicans, Democrats, they play the same game.
Because
Right.
the problem
Oh,
with the
did you
left, I've
see
always said,
Joe Biden went ass backwards?
well, he's always asked
Today?
backwards.
Well, he
What's
put out
this?
a video today in his interview going, masks are unconstitutional now. And I did not say defund the police. Donald Trump said
Yes.
that.
I saw that.
Are you fucking kidding me?
It's all
People will
over
believe it.
fucking Twitter. You can find a video of it,
I've
right?
not seen it,
The
dude.
guy,
I
the
did
guy
not-
has dementia
I have
or
not
Alzheimer's
seen
or
it.
Something like it just-
Holy shit! You've got wow. Just
After-
why even
I'm
have an
looking for it.
election?
I'm
Just
looking
forget
for it.
it.
Hold
Just
on.
Democrats just concede.
The only
No,
reason
they're
he's
gonna
there,
cheat.
right? And this is from
They're going
a view
to
from
cheat.
across the pond, right? The only reason he is there.
Listen
Oops,
to me.
sorry,
They're
man.
going to cheat.
Uh-huh.
That the whole thing is set up already. They're going to flood it with mail-in ballots. It's going
Right.
to take weeks and weeks to quote unquote count them all. And suddenly in a lot of races, they're going to find tons. It happened in 2018 in Wisconsin. Remember, the Wisconsin governor was winning by 30,000 votes. And
Correct.
suddenly
Fashion.
they found 50,000 votes and he lost.
That sounds
Fashion, it's
convenient.
already happened.
Yeah.
I think it's LA News. Mail departments found a bunch of mail, millions and millions of people's mail in garbage.
Right.
Yeah.
So they're going to do that. They're going to stretch it out, and then if they don't get their way, they're going to go to the Electoral College. They've already written about this, that they're going to fight over the Electoral College, even threaten to secede from the Union, and do this. They are not going to let Donald Trump get a second term without destroying this country. They are not going to concede this time because Hillary Clinton said it. Do not concede under any circumstances. Because that was they consider a big mistake when Gore conceded back in 2000, which the Supreme Court made Bush president. I mean, come on, let's all be honest. He did.
Yeah, like, I agree with comic book black vote.
On this right here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look,
No,
let's face it. The Republicans
course.
have rigged plenty of elections.
Absolutely.
Both
Yeah.
sides are screwed.
Yeah.
So, you
well,
know,
absolutely.
We're
But
taking it
I
from both sides. That's why we need a third option, a legit one.
we do. But I mean,
Kanye West.
in this particular moment, in this fucking moment in history right now, I do sincerely believe that Trump is standing in the way of the United States devolving into absolute socialism. Am I saying he's a good guy? Am I saying he's like a solution? No. I'm just saying he does not want the U.S. to become a socialist country.
That's
That
the
I
thing
know
with
for sure.
politics. Politics is all about picking the best of the worst options. Is all politicians are corrupt. And fucking, they're just shit. Like as soon as you become a full-time politician, you got to be in someone's pocket or someone's in your pocket, and then that ends it for you.
And it's not that they want socialism or anything like that. They want authoritarianism and control of everything. They want the rich elites to be in control like they do in China. In China, all these rich people and the government elites control everything. It is not a communist country. It is an authoritarian state. They tell everybody on down the line what to do. That's what they want. They want to be in charge of it. It has nothing to do with socialism, because socialism, I mean, I don't like it either, but socialism is where you spread everything out. I'm telling you right now, rich people do not want to give their shit away. All right? They want socialism for themselves. They don't want it for everybody else. It's
Look
a
at
total,
Cardi B.
and they're going to
example.
taxes. They're going to collect taxes. They're going to do everything. China is not a communist state anymore. I mean, look at Xi. He's talking about he wants to rule the world. There's speeches of him saying that the Chinese should rule the world. So this is a big, huge problem. We're all sitting here and we're getting tinged and we're fighting ourselves, but the Chinese are coming, guys.
Mhm.
They're building islands in the Pacific. They have the largest navy in the world. We used to have the largest navy in the world. We don't anymore. They do. So this is a huge concern. Why we're sitting here focused.
Right.
They're getting bigger. They're getting stronger, and they will kill everybody. They're literally putting people in camps because of their religious beliefs.
Right, and we're worried about a fucking
pandemic that they gave us.
0.003%.
A pandemic they unleashed on us.
Thing is, with those camps you mentioned as
Unleashed.
well, how much coverage did that actually get? Because that was hidden so much. Like,
Yes.
you had to search hard to find that on Twitter.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just ignore Twitter. Go into the real news, world news, and look at what the Chinese are doing. Right now, you know what? They're in 16 countries that surround them, trying to take land from them right now. That's what they're doing. We have to be concerned.
I guess when I say, like, Trump is standing in the way of social, obviously, I think you're right. You know, no rich people want to redistribute wealth. That isn't the end game. I think the socialism platform, the Marxist platform, is being used to inspire ignorant youth who don't know any better. It's being used to inspire them to to revolution, right? It's being used in that way. But we all know that when push comes to shove, it's not going to be socialism. It's going to be, like you're saying, some kind of authoritarian dictatorship type.
Right. It always changes into that. Communism, socialism always changes into every historical point it's ever been used. It's always changed into authoritarian dictatorship or whatever. Mm-hmm. Always does. Name one socialist, it always does.
In Cuba right now, they still got problems. You can't even protest right now. They take people up who are protesting and sew their mouth shut.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
And right now, in this, we are going through a slow-moving cultural revolution. It's been going on for about 8 years, I would say. And the Chinese did it in like 3.
You think only 8 years?
I think it's been about 8 years.
When I think about it, it's like, well, you had to get these people that thought this way into the schools and universities. They had to be professors. What they're teaching in these places, right? I mean, this is a long plan to change a culture from the inside out. It doesn't. It's going to take at least, 15 years. It takes a generation to do that.
Well, the Chinese attempted this, and into the Red Army, and all that stuff coming in and actually destroying people's culture. We're at that point now where they're smashing statues, they're doing all this stuff, and it's spreading. It's getting bigger and bigger and bigger.
Are you on like your 100th night or something in Portland? Is it or fucking?
It's not just Portland though. Portland's just. Dude, there's Rochester, New York, Kenosha, Wisconsin. These are suburbs. These are not.
There's even sections of LA that are still going on with riots, and certain areas are shutting down. I mean, they've even warned out electrical blackouts recently in the news.
Yeah. I mean, Bancroft is at the epicenter of one of the absolute worst. What's going on in Australia is insane.
Yeah, that's bad too.
The control. I mean, it's just unbelievable what they're doing.
Oh, I saw a video of cops raiding this dude's house for just warning people not to go to the anti-mask protest.
Where they take all his computers and everything, like they just like literally stripped his house bare.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
it's crazy.
By the way, how you doing, Gargoyle? How you doing, Edwin? Thanks for coming on the show.
Excellent. I got something to show you, buddy.
What's that?
I got something to show you, buddy.
You got something to show me?
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Is it YouTube safe?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's absolutely safe.
All right. Well, I don't know. Oh, nice. You got the
Temple Smith cover.
Temple Smith cover. What do you think of that?
I think it's nice. This one actually had a lot more than the Image did, this publication.
Yeah.
Whatever it was. And
yeah, we were originally picked up by, I don't even know if I remember the name. What's the
Silent Devils?
Name? Yeah. They picked us up initially, and then the deal was kind of worked out with Image and them. But yeah,
and
dude, we had so much extra content in that first issue. It was ludicrous.
And you had an introduction from Steve Niles.
Steve Niles, 30 Days a Night. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I was a kind of a super fan of his work, and formed something of a friendship, I guess. But yeah, that was all this stuff. I kind of forgot about a lot of it, honestly.
Yeah,
But
you put a whole page of your flats in this book too.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Look at my
I think I saw
flats.
that.
Look,
My
see
flatters.
that back in the day, I was proud of those. Well, dude, man, the art was so detailed. You want to talk about a flatting nightmare? It was a lot of work, for sure. I know,
well,
like Captain Fuckhead, I know your pain, sir.
given you that you were doing it back in the 2000s. I mean, that book was what, 2002.
Yeah, yeah,
That was literally a long time ago. You weren't lying.
I was 10.
Yeah, yeah. So
You could probably have flatted better than him.
um,
And if Captain Fuckhead was around, he would have said by sitting on it.
Yeah, that's it.
I'm assuming Captain is talking about this kind of takeover. Because again, it has to happen. This is a multi-pronged thing. You have to have control of certain key aspects of a culture, of a place, in order to create the kind of minds, the youth that you want to implement these ideas. It's a long game being played here, and we've allowed it to happen.
These
It's
idiots,
happened right under our fucking noses.
these idiots, like in Hollywood and all these other people, don't realize after they gain control, the first people they're going to go after is them.
Yeah,
They're the first ones every time. They will string them up. They will arrest them all. If you have any kind of influence or celebrity, I'm already seeing it talked about how celebrities shouldn't have any say-so in any matters. And that they're already talking about getting rid of all of them. They don't want any of that. They're usually the first ones to go.
That's
Oh, yeah, you're
interesting.
seeing a lot of that now. They're already setting the tables. The reason why this canceling stuff has popped up in the first place is a way of control. Anybody who gets too high or has too much of influence, if they can threaten you with canceling you, they can control your opinion, and they can make sure you behave.
Exactly.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think honestly, it's been going on for at least 20 years. I think it's a spin-off of Bush being elected and everything that happened with 9/11. It kind of demented a section of the populace and sent them down the spiral, and it's gotten just worse since then.
Yeah, and the powers that be, though, had an opportunities. I think 2008 was kind of the straw that broke the camel's back, where you had millions of people kicked out of their homes, and the government did dick to help the people.
Mm-hmm.
That pretty much sent a big signal out, like, we're not going to help you, but we'll help the people giving us money. We'll give them more money. And then this last round with all this, they gave $7 trillion out to banks and everything else to do whatever they wanted with. And everybody's like, all right, fine. I don't blame people for being angry. Because the government is not doing anything for anybody, not Republican or Democrat. It's if you're rich and you're powerful, you have influence, those people get taken care of. The rest of us, man, we're all struggling down here.
Yeah.
And things were getting better, but then they come in and screw it all up.
That's the thing. It's like, I agree with Trump isn't some kind of savior. He's not a hero. He's part of the game, right? He's part of this fucking rigged system. I get it. But damn, if he wasn't actually doing some shit, like, you can't really deny that he actually gets some shit done, that he does. He makes forward progress on things that matter. And it's like, who knows? I don't know why. It's so weird. He's a buffoon. Like, you kind of grew up laughing at this dude,
But it's almost like he's so stupid that he didn't realize that the job's not actually about stewardship, that he's actually providing stewardship to the American people.
Right.
And it's almost refreshing.
Yeah.
No, it is refreshing.
I think so. I remember there was a really big fire near here, basically just wiped out a whole town, right? And Trump came, and people were just livid because he said, let's get our rakes out and make sure this, let's do some fire prevention shit around here. And people were just livid at him, like, how dare you?
Now your state's on fire again.
And it's like, you know what? The homes, the people that were responsible and did the things you're supposed to do to keep your home safe from fire, their homes didn't burn down in this massive fire. So it's like, was he wrong? Was it insensitive? Okay, maybe. But was he wrong?
Was being honest.
I would just like to point out that gender is burning California down.
Yeah.
I would just blame it all on genders because it was
Right.
wasn't it a gender reveal party that started the fire?
Well, even during the mass shooting in Vegas, he came out to the hospitals and visited all the victims. Didn't have to, but he did.
Right? Yeah. I don't know. It's surprising to me to be like, look, I'm sitting here thinking, man, maybe I should put a fucking Trump sign
Even
in the front of
even
my
he
house,
opened
but
up
I
a
have to sit
factory
here
in
and wonder,
Texas.
is that going to get a rock thrown through my window? Is that going
Yes.
to get,
That'll
you know what I'm
get your
saying?
house burned down.
It's
Just
like,
connect a
this is
car
the-
battery to it.
This is the reality we live in, where just showing a support for the fucking current president can I have to sit here and wonder, should I do this? Will I put myself and my woman at risk just
the
by having a
72
sign?
In the 72 election, Nixon was really hated by the left. I mean, there was all these protests going on. I mean, we all saw about the 60s and Tricky Dick, and he was bombing the hell out of Laos and Cambodia. He was a terrible president at the time. But you know what? He got the biggest landslide vote of all time. He got more votes, like it was a landslide. The only guy who would do it next would be Reagan's second term, and he was half, brain dead at that point. But
Yeah.
you got to remember there was a lot of turmoil during that election.
Yeah.
And Nixon dominated the thing. He didn't sweep every state, but
Yeah.
he got a lot. He got a lot of people came out and voted that one because there was a lot of that shit going on at the time. He used the hippies and stuff to his advantage.
Right.
Trump's doing.
Berserker, I just want to address this. I understand that just getting out and raking a little bit isn't going to stop a fire, but his point was, and you would have to have known what this town was like, right? They followed. There was decades before this thing happened. Fire officials were like, "This is a powder keg, man. If this thing goes up, it's going to be a nightmare. Like bad things will happen." And nobody did anything. It would have been, you got to do some clearing. Take precautions, man. I mean, if you're not going to do that shit, and then you're going to cry about it when the shit finally happens. That's all he was saying. Take some responsibility. So nobody likes that. People don't like that, especially today. They don't want to take responsibility for anything.
Punished Berserker was saying that's sarcasm, and that's how I
Yeah.
took it. Why? If it's fire season, why would we clean up all the fuses that we have lying around leading straight to the TNT banks?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, we got
Why
trees
wouldn't-
with branches growing right onto our roofs. That's fine.
No! How did
Don't
it
worry
leave
about
our
it.
gunpowder caches?
Fucking fine. Don't worry about it.
No, the Acme gunpowder factory blew up. How could this happen?
Nothing.
Sorry, I didn't pick up. It's text, man. I'm sorry. I didn't pick up on the sarcasm.
Well, I
It's
mean, California.
Punisher.
You
I
get
got
points.
you next time. Mark it with a sarcasm tag just in case.
You got points. I took the bait. Looked like a fool. It's fine. It's
10 points for
entertaining.
trolling.
It's all good.
Well, California, all it is fiery, but peaceful. So
They need their avocado trees.
I like avocado.
So what? At this stage, when we're talking about this fucking COVID nonsense, knowing the numbers are out, we know what this thing is and what it isn't. What do we do? We're living in this. What the hell do we do? How do we say enough is enough without wrecking our lives? Like, is there a path to get the leadership to just stop doing what they're doing? How do we do it?
There's a simple path.
What is it?
November.
Yep.
That's the only path. It either gets better or it gets worse. There's only two options on the table this time.
Right. Isn't it gonna get worse regardless? Because if Trump wins, surely these psychos will go like full fucking.
Yeah, but they'll have no power. You can scream from the sideline all you want.
But that's what they said back.
But if they take power, you know, good luck.
They're gonna burn this country down. I really have no hope. I'm a pessimist at heart, but this election, I really have no hope. No matter who wins, it's going to be bad.
I understand where you're coming from as a fellow cynicist, because let me tell you, if this mask thing doesn't change, I am going to start a subcorp that basically inspects masks and make it impossible to get any certifications to make masks and make it impossible to wear any sanctioned masks. Because that's how I'll solve this fucking problem. Because you can't wear masks.
That's the other joke too. Is like most of what everybody's wearing is a complete. It's like what I put on. It's not doing fucking anything. Guaranteed. I do it for show. I do it because apparently, if it was just me, if it was like you might get fined if you're not wearing a mask inside of us, I would fucking not wear a mask.
Yeah.
But the way they do it, see, they play. They know that we're inherently, most of us, good people. So the business owner will get fined twice what I would get fined for if I go in there without wearing a mask, right? So I'm not going to do that to the fucking business owner. They know this. That's how they fucking got it. Because otherwise, if it was just for me, if it just keep finding me, I don't give a fuck. Find me all day long. I would not wear the mask. But it's because I'm not gonna cost somebody else money.
And let me tell you,
like, you get fined in California for not wearing a mask.
Apparently,
does not surprise me.
Who's gonna enforce it? Who's gonna do it? I don't know. Like most of this shit, it's a joke, but still.
I have jury duty in 2 weeks.
Good luck.
Oh god.
Yeah, I have jury duty in 2 weeks, and they're like, do you have you ever had COVID? They did this whole questionnaire.
Should have been like yes.
Like, I gotta wear a mask all day long.
Yeah, I'm coughing now.
Well, they said, do you have any underlying issues? And I said, yeah, because I have some health issues that I have to be careful. But I mean, I go to the store or whatever, I put it on just because that's what the business wants me to do. I'm like you, Rod. I'm not gonna.
That's the thing. So how do we oppose what's going on? How do we stand up for it when they've designed it in a way that other people could get in trouble for our opposition? Like they know that's
the top, right? Like,
what's that?
Put on more ridiculous masks.
The governor where I'm at, he's the one dictating everything.
Yes.
So like that's the only way. I mean, whether it's bad, whether it's an option between bad and worse, there's still an option, and that's the only way things are going to change.
Yeah.
I'm not promoting rainbows and sunshine. Once if Trump gets reelected or Republicans or whatever, but the choices are clear. And if you want any sort of things, even if it's just to stay this bad, you have a choice in November, and that's the only way.
I can't. Obviously, the only choice is Trump. You got to vote for Trump. Voting for Biden at this, I can't even fucking speak. He's obviously got dementia. To hide it, but let's face it, he's a puppet. By all.
Is it rot or is it me? No,
that is rotten.
I think it's rot.
Yeah, right.
Oh, he's frozen.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, he's back.
Are you back,
good?
Rotten?
He's experiencing blackout.
Mate, I told you not to put the Trump sign up. This is what happens. They're cutting you out.
Give me 1 second.
They set fire to your internet connection, man. You got to be careful.
He's a Californius.
Look, and I'm not either party, but voting in like Mike says, vote out every Democrat the party says. Let me tell you, Republicans are no better because they're sitting
Right.
on their hands, not doing anything about any
Thank
of
you.
this. Okay, they're
Republicans
not.
have
They
been
are
toothless
doing
this entire
zero.
time.
They are on vacation. They are more than happy to let the Democrats burn everything down so they can go. I'm sorry, but they're part of the problem too. So
Yeah,
they are no better. They're slightly better than the Democrats. Not
it
much.
also depends, who your elected officials are in your
True.
area. You gotta kind of do your homework because trust me, I'm a Democrat and I'm not with a lot of this nonsense.
Yeah.
There's plenty
same
of
here.
Democrats that are looking like, what the fuck has happened?
Am
what
I
the
back?
fuck has happened? Yeah.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah,
clear.
you're back.
Okay. Sorry, guys. California
No, you're
and the
good.
internet right now. Another thing they're fucking with.
Yeah.
And that's-
It makes no fucking sense. I don't know. 8 years, same provider. Nothing's changed. Everything's the same.
Mhm.
All of a sudden, internet problems all over the place. Why? What is this?
Suddenly there's power outages too. Like
Yeah.
suddenly you're the
I'll
fifth
tell you.
largest economy in the world and you can't keep your power on.
It's fucking
That's
bullshit.
third world countries can't do
That's
that.
Gavin Newsram running that place. Tell you what, Arnold Schwarzenegger did a better job running California.
No doubt
No
about
shit.
it, dude.
No
Did Gavin
shit.
Newsom turn San Francisco into a literal toilet, and then we made him governor as a reward?
Dude, you were just telling me before the show about this.
Yeah. He was the mayor of fucking San Francisco. Turned
You
it
see the
literally
guy
into a toilet.
You see the guy he's pushing to be DA out there?
No.
Oh, he was the DA of San Francisco, and you don't want that guy. And then they're pushing to he'll be the next DA. Got to take over
God.
Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris was a DA of California, and
Wow.
she's senator. I mean, look, it's there's no good choices this election in my mind. I'm really not gonna get involved too much. I'm a pretty neutral guy. I'm a local elections guy. So on the big stage of the United States, it's been pretty much the same since the Clintons, in my opinion. Not much has changed.
There's a big change from
there's-
back then to now, brother.
Yeah.
The world has changed twice
Yeah.
over.
I would disagree. Yeah, I agree with
That's-
Edwin.
Well, when I'm a little bit older than you guys, so I my first election I ever could vote in I was in the middle of the Persian Gulf in a war that was stupid as fuck. So there were no clear, people really voted in Clinton because they wanted to get out of all that shit, and then that his tenure in there really he set up the stage for all the fuckery that's going on right now.
Right.
So
And didn't he just open the doors for China too? Like
everything he did everything.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Wall Street, all of it is all because of those guys. So I've seen it slow burn for a very long time. I hoped Obama would be different, but the if you remember the week after he got elected and he marched out all those guys to save the economy, and they're all from Goldman Sachs. That's when I knew,
right.
That's when I knew this guy was full of shit.
Yeah, he ran. His platform was hope, right? That's what he ran on, and he basically ruined the word for the rest of fucking eternity.
Yeah.
Hope has no meaning.
That was a Shepard Fairey's tag that he made for him.
Oh yeah, thanks Shepard.
And then
asshole.
He added 5 more wars we were involved with, and then they gave him a Nobel Peace Prize. That pretty much told me it's all fucking joke. So
And then he dropped more drone strikes than Bush did.
and he killed Americans unilaterally. He does not have that power. He should be arrested for that. Actually, as a United States citizen, you have protections under the law. He killed 5 Americans. One of them was a teenager, a 15-year-old. So, you don't hear about that stuff. But the president doesn't get to decide that.
Yeah,
I don't care if it's Trump or whoever.
So what do you think of Bancroft's statement here? The Democrats used to be as bad as the Republicans. Now at their worst, Repubs are corrupt corporatists, whereas the Dems have become a genuine threat to the U.S.
Democrats have always been bad. Let's remember who's the one who started. Let's get back to comic books. What party brought about the comics code? Who's the one who pushed
Democrats.
that? Democrats. Who's the one who put labels on music? Oh, that was Al Gore and the Democrats who wanted to censor and get the ratings and got ratings on video games. Democrats. They've always who wanted to limit the internet and shut down a lot of all that and put all those laws in place, like the DMCA and all that. Democrats. I'm sorry, but they've been authoritarians for.
Yeah, I think you're right.
My life.
You're right. Yeah.
Yeah. I've never. The only one I ever was Obama, and Republicans again. Like I said, aren't much better. They're for war.
Yeah, I mean, this is a game that people can play all day, every day. You know, which era, which president.
No,
which
this is all through my entire lifetime.
Brother, I've lived plenty of years. Don't talk to me like I'm some newbie now.
Yeah.
Let's not go there. You know, like I respect your opinion, brother, but let's not, you know, let's not get that twisted.
It's a beginning of it's a series of actions throughout the years that have led up to where we are now. Okay.
Yeah, and I think you can
always
trace
had
it
this
for
pattern.
the last 20.
And same thing with the Republicans. They're always for war. They love bombing small countries and love doing all this shit, which I was involved with too. And they have a pattern of it too. So it's all about authoritarianism. It doesn't matter what party you are.
Well, that's mainly for the Jews.
I don't.
All right.
I almost feel like Trump, you know, yeah, he's Republican per se, but I really feel like he isn't. I don't feel like he is either. I feel like he has plans and things that he wants to implement and achieve, and you got to choose Republican or Democrat. I don't think it mattered to him. I think he just wants to be in there to do a job and get things done. I'm not saying he's a hero. I'm not saying he's a great guy, but Jesus, I think he wants America to succeed. I think he wants it to be strong, and I sure as fuck don't think he wants to people to give up their freedoms. And I just don't. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know what to think. I
think Trump's party color is green, not the Green Party, but money green.
Right.
Like
I'll take that. I'll take somebody who's motivated by money, for sure.
Because money is a simple motivation. Like if everyone's got money, then they're spending that money, which means you can make that money. So it's easier to control people, if that makes sense. So like if people are in it to make more money, then you kind of have an idea of how to best serve those people.
Yeah.
So, and that's what I guess confused me about a lot of this whole bringing things back to comics, the whole ComicsGate, the whole media thing, because it's like, why are these people voluntarily losing their ass on all of this, all of these failed projects? Like this new Avengers video game, right. I saw a couple of Let's Plays. Yeah, like you spend the first 10 minutes playing your favorite characters from the Avengers, and then you're stuck playing Elastigirl or whatever the fuck her name is.
Miss Marvel.
Right.
And it's like
the giant hand thing, right? She's the one that's like,
yeah, because the guy's like, who the fuck is this? And then they're like, did her hands just grow the size of her body?
That's to promote their new television show. Have you guys seen the pictures from it?
No, no.
I really
God, no.
No, I've not.
Can you find that?
Yeah.
That game looked like trash from day one.
Well,
what I'm hearing is that it's just way too easy. Like it's just super easy.
And it's like these people are like, yeah, how did this nobody? Because they think they just added her as a character for the game. They don't realize she's a comic book character that they have been stapling to every franchise in the Marvel continuity.
Right.
So bringing it back to what I was talking about, like, why are they willingly losing money to this? It's all about ideology. These people aren't motivated by money. They couldn't give a shit about the money.
It seems to be that way. Yeah, I've been very curious about that myself because, look, I've always understood at some level that there were, if you're playing at that level, at the top tiers, we're talking, there are more than one objectives to everything that's being done. It's not just one thing. But money, profitability always seem to be in the top three things. Like you're going to, no matter what they did, it was going to make money, but it was also going to push an ideology or achieve some other goals. But at this stage, it seems like they're willing to forego the profit to lose money on things.
Yeah.
And it's like, that is baffling. That is actually frightening, because if they're at the stage where they're willing to lose money, that means we're getting close to something.
Look at DC, for example. I mean, they pretty much destroyed themselves. They were throwing money in the incinerator. They had that DC Universe app. They spent $8 million on that Swamp Thing show, all to merge with HBO Go.
Wow.
I mean, that's only what I can think of so far. Oh, yeah, they shut down Vertigo and opened a publication just for Joe Hill.
This might have been a fake picture I saw, now that I'm thinking about it. There was an article I saw, and it might have been a fake picture.
I hope so, because Jesus Christ, that would be
Well, they got
suicide.
her already cast.
Yeah, you know what? How would they cast her? Because every time they draw Kamala Khan, it's just a white girl in blackface.
Hey,
Yeah, I'll say it. Yeah, I'll say it. Yeah, I'll say it. It's a white girl in
Woo!
blackface.
Hot
I'll
takes
say it.
coming at
Yeah,
you.
I'll say it. There's no nose. That's the best part about, Middle Eastern girls is the nose. I love a schnoz on a girl, let me tell you.
fake picture. Now I'm looking at it.
This is interesting. Bancroft obviously, seems to be a Trump fan. And it's like, yeah, why would someone in his position choose, coming into presidency, especially if you're Trump, it's going to be a world of pain. It's going to be a daily fucking nightmare of media attacks. Your family's going to be attacked. Why would he do such a thing? Why would he do that to himself?
I think he got in it for publicity reasons, because he had run once before, and he got in for publicity reasons, but then he started to win. And I think you can kind of see the change in him about halfway through the primaries. You guys, whoa, I might have a chance to win this thing. He wasn't taking it seriously up until...
Which probably helped him. I mean, let's face it.
He's just up there to get as much. And then he's like, whoa, I might be president. Oh, shit. And
oh, shit. This could be a problem.
a lot of people thought that, and I think that too. He ran before just to get publicity. I mean, Bernie Sanders does that. He runs just to get publicity.
So I don't know. I guess I know, Edwin, you had said, like, obviously the way, it's all about this election, who we're going to vote for. But I just feel like we're already too late. We should have said no to all this fucking shutdown, lockdown bullshit as Americans from the get. In my opinion, we should have said, this is not happening until you prove to me that this is a pandemic. It's not happening. But we didn't do that. So what do we do? I don't think we can afford to wait.
I don't really think we have a choice. I mean, like, between the riots and everything that's going on, like right now, this election coming up is actually it's pretty good timing, because I think it's the best opportunity for real movement and something to actually happen. There's just too much been going on this year. Like, you said people should rise up. We're gonna have these people who want the shutdown lifted in the streets battling the Black Lives Matter.
Well, I'm not obviously not calling. I don't think we should do that, but at least
I'm just thinking, like, there's so much going on right now. The clearest path is November.
I get that,
but it sucks that we have to wait till that we have to do this.
It does, and I'm saying,
now,
like,
the best of a bad option.
How many of us actually engage the pathways that are actually available to us all the time, every day? We have a line of communication to local leadership. Why aren't we engaging our local leaders and saying this is how we feel? Like, I don't think anybody's doing that. We're just sitting here and taking it.
I don't think they're listening.
Well, I don't know. I don't know that they're not listening, because I haven't tried to communicate with them. That's on me. I feel like we need to start, again, let's take some responsibility here. If we haven't even tried to communicate with local leadership about how we're feeling about this, how do we know? I
Uh,
mean, we haven't
we
even
have-
tried.
You seen that guy who went viral in California?
No.
He was wearing a mask, straight up yelling about how ridiculous this shit was.
Yeah.
It was a while ago. There's people
I've
out
seen
there.
that.
They don't listen. They don't care. People
They're
here
gonna
on
get
YouTube.
reelected anyway. They're going to get reelected. Like you said, people aren't engaged with their government as much. And like a lot of people don't understand, the Revolutionary War here in America was broken up into thirds. There's the people who were for it, the people who were against it, and the people who were in the middle who didn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Which
Right.
way it went. One went to Canada, one section went to Canada, another section, and the other two, one stayed here, and then the middle, they all split and went both ways. It's just, there's always that middle ground.
Yeah.
There's always people who don't speak up or do anything. This whole idea that everybody picked up arms and fought the English, and that just, come on. You know,
Right. Yeah, I get that. I guess I'm just feeling like, dude, you could sit here and feel the way you feel all you want and talk about it, do a show like this, but are you doing anything? Are you even like at least make an attempt? At least do something.
I agree with
Even if you fully know or feel that it's just symbolic or whatever, fucking do something. And that's where I'm at. I feel like I just need to do something.
I agree with Ace. I think the minimum you need to do, if you're going to do anything, the minimum you can do is go out and vote.
I'm out. That's happening. And trust, I'm not someone who has been a big, like, go out and vote. It's really important, to be honest. But in this fucking scenario right now, what we're facing, you better believe I'm going to get, and I'm not doing, it's not by mail. I'm going to be in person voting, man.
Yeah.
And I encourage everyone.
Yeah.
If
these
you have-
assholes can show up and
Get in person and
tens
vote.
of thousands for Pride Parade for Black trans, tens of thousands all at once. I think we could show up in person by the hundreds to vote.
Exactly.
Okay. It's stupid. Go
Fucking
show
do
up, go vote.
Pick a third party candidate if you're not happy with either or pick whoever.
Vermin Supreme always runs. You can kiss the
let's
boot on his
vote
head.
Kanye 2020.
Is he still running? I'm confused about that one.
We can write him in. Don't worry.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, he did write Jesus Walks. So
I'm writing Ace, and that's
hey, vote for Ace. I'll take all the votes. You can sign up for my mailing list too while you're at it.
Hey,
much appreciated.
do I have you rinsed up, Edwin? In the chat?
Yeah, under my John Aces account.
Okay.
That's me.
Well, feel free to drop a link if you have an email sign up, anything you want to promote, obviously, and that goes
just,
for anybody.
launched it, a couple of weeks ago.
Nice. That goes for everybody on the show. Passion. Anytime you want to drop a link, you're more than welcome.
I've
Yeah.
already dropped 10. You just didn't.
Good. That's what it's here for. I mean, that at the end of the day, obviously, we're not talking about ComicsGate today. We're not really talking about comics.
But it relates to ComicsGate.
It does. I mean, it really does. We have to engage this shit, man. It's like, it's just what we're going through. It's what we're living in. And I'm really grateful that we have this outlet that we all can come together and engage, making comics, telling stories, having some laughs, entertaining each other. But Jesus, we got to talk about some important shit sometimes,
Yeah, and I think about, I'm not thinking about this election, I'm thinking about 4 to 10 years from now. And it really concerns me the way the country's going, because again, these kids are all out rioting, all this stuff. They're going to say this all changes and stops tomorrow. They're all going to seep back into society, and they're going to go into education and more corporations and politics, and that's what happened with the 60s movement. All those people went into politics, and it's going to be, and then the next, we're going to do this all over again in our lifetime. So
yeah,
that's what concerns me. Yeah, things are bad, and they're changing, and they're going to change. It's which way they're going to change is the question.
Yeah.
The 70s were a different time.
Oh, absolutely. But it's a lot of the same games are being played. A lot of the same tactics are being used. I mean, it's on repeat. But they do get better. They get better at using them. They have more information. I mean, Jesus, the
It's
amount of
just
data they
the
have,
internet now.
the amount of data they have to access on everybody at this point, it's just insane. But I do think it's a crutch. I think it's becoming a crutch a little bit. I think they live in this kind of data bubble that doesn't necessarily paint a genuine picture of reality, and I think they rely on it too much. So that could be a weakness, quite honestly. I think Trump is a little bit more reality based. He likes to have his feet on the ground and go talk to people face to face. I think it's important to him. And Biden is running a virtual campaign. He's not doing anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to complain why they lost.
Yeah.
Have we checked on him? Make sure he's still alive.
Did you see the video of the old lady pull a gun out on a guy in the mall?
No.
Awesome.
Yeah, there was some Black Lives Matter people, whoever, were antagonizing these old women. I mean, they were elderly. They weren't young or anything. And they were being escorted out on the mall, and there's a whole group of people. And this one guy shoves her, like actually puts his hands on her.
Wow.
She goes into her bra, pulls out a freaking a 9mm and sticks it in his face. Like, get away from me.
Yeah. There was
Shit. That's where
there
we're
was a woman who killed a old man in a bus for telling her to be nice. Fucking pushed him out of the bus and he fucking slammed his head in the cement.
Yeah. That was a while ago. Yeah. We killed that guy. But yeah, there's one I was like, holy shit. She just whips it out. Get away from me.
Yeah, that's pretty bad. I mean, and that's the other thing too. Obviously, gun sales, record highs. I'm someone I'm not a gun enthusiast. I believe people have a right to have guns. I've never been opposed to guns, but I've never been into them. But I went and took a gun safety course and shot some guns for the first time as a fucking adult. And I'm like, I think I need to have a gun.
Did it make you feel powerful?
It was exhilarating. I'm not gonna lie. It was pretty exciting, dude. And I feel like
you feel like a god.
I wouldn't go that far, but it was an interesting experience, and I just feel like if I'm going to protect myself, whatever, but I've got a woman here, and the environment being what it is, it seems like a responsible thing to do, to have a gun.
Yes.
So,
And a fire extinguisher.
Just in case.
This is a piece. Obviously, this is a Graveyard Shift inspired piece of art by Lucius. What do you guys think? Any thoughts? Feedback?
I would love to see Lucius draw something, and then ink spots color it.
Ooh.
I am interested to see what would happen. I want to know what that would do.
I can't argue with that. That could be an exciting team up. Yeah.
Just because Lucius has such more realistic proportions, where ink spots likes to be more cartoony with his proportions, and it would be a very interesting mishmatch.
Yeah.
Because ink spots is so anal about his rendering. It's very, very interesting to me to see that happen.
Yeah, I that would be a pretty cool thing to see. Yeah, Lucius, get on that. Get Inkspot something that he can, he does a lot of warm ups and what have you. Like, just toss something his way that he can throw some colors on. That would be. I would love to see that.
I love this. However, my biggest problem is, and I mean, if there's any artists on the panel, please either tell me to shut the fuck up or back me up. I feel like he highlights and shades in monochromatic values, like white and black values.
Mm-hmm.
And it's really evident in Bride of Frankenstein's or whoever that character is, because I'm not overly familiar with Graveyard Shift.
Yeah,
Lilith.
What's that?
Lilith,
yeah, especially with her face, the highlights on her chest and her leg, and even like on her hand, like it looks like he used a white as opposed to like a saturated yellow, or even a saturated blue.
Right.
So like if he had used a saturated blue as opposed to like a solid white, I feel like that would have unified the piece a lot more.
Yeah. I think Bancroft has a really good point here, is that there does seem to be the colors seem to be at war with each other a little bit rather than making it feel unified.
And that would have been fixed with the shading and the highlighting using more saturated colors.
Yeah. And Lucius, I saw this fairly early on, I think before colors. And I was like, dude, you got to get rid of this werewolf down here by the crotch, like in the middle. Just ditch it.
No, he can keep them. No, keep them.
I just thought it was a little weird.
Look, man, Blast just
I
having a
didn't
good
even
time
notice
right now. Don't even worry about it. I just gotta say, the one criticism I have is I didn't know David Bowie was leading Graveyard Shift.
Well, yeah, man,
Dude,
you didn't hear
no
that?
other way to have it.
Yeah,
there's
he
no
took
other way
over.
to have it.
He took
I'm
over.
afraid.
You got Iggy Pop backing him up.
No, I
good
actually
stuff.
I like this. This is
Cool.
Yeah,
this is
Lucius
following-
is man.
This is
Keep an
nice.
eye on Lucius.
Yeah.
Everybody,
I have to start following him. Where's he?
he's
what's
on
his at?
he's on Twitter at Jaw Mashers.
Jaw mashers.
I
Jaw
think
Smashers.
is that right?
Jaw Smashers.
Jaw Smash. Here, I'll just let me get the fucking link.
Lucius, if you're here, can you just repost your fucking Twitter?
He did, and I think he posted the link to this piece on his Twitter.
Yep, I
so-
see him. It's at Jaw Smashers. Yep.
Josh
Yeah.
Smashers.
You
Okay,
just
sorry,
gotta
Lucius.
follow, brother. You just gotta follow.
Yeah.
As the only artist on this panel, overall, I think the line is
Ouch! Whoa!
I'll never let you hear the end of it.
That was some brutality right there.
Fair enough. He's got his comic out.
I think the line work was great. I think you're right. The coloring has to be punched up a little bit. I think as an overall looking at it too, I think the layout needs to be. I think you work on your layouts, your focal points, and your symmetry in the pictures. Because who's the big Frankenstein guy in the back? He's
Nick.
way over to the left and to the right more, and it's kind of throws off the moon, and it looks kind of weird. And
I'm gonna bring this up again.
it's if you look at like the head guy, he's kind of leaning, facing a little bit to the right. He should be center massed, and see how the moon. You see this big chunk of moon on the right, and it throws the whole piece off. I know he put the little satellite thing up there, but that could be here if you're going to balance that out. And
Right.
then the wolves on the bottom, the crotch thing, but he could have filled those in probably in different spots, space them out a little bit more, maybe even make them like a border type of deal. Put a whole bunch of werewolves in the bottom.
Like if they were all the way across the bottom, maybe it would be cooler.
Right. And then the girl, the yellow chick, she's too big. So because he's in the foreground, the guy with the guns. I don't know the character's names.
Black.
He should be bigger than the girl. Okay, she should be shorter, and a little bit in the back more. The purple dude, obviously, he's added there. I guess he's a bad guy or something.
He's a good guy.
He's a good guy. He could have a more prominent role off to the side.
It's a little undetermined at this point, I think, isn't it?
Yeah, he could be like a tweener.
Yeah.
But the girl and the purple dude should be about the same size. Okay. So it throws your eye off when you first look at it. You're like, wait a minute, something. Because our monkey brains want to see patterns. That's what we want to do. And I'm a little more attuned to it. Like, even the guy up front with the guns, one gun's lower than the other. It's kind of weird. If you just shifted these people over a little bit more, the piece would jump a little bit. It would look a little more even.
Lucius is like, damn. I mean, I wanted some feedback, but Jesus.
Yeah, passing off for criticism.
Hey, man.
Make sure to DM you on
Hey, you ask me, I'm gonna give it.
Yeah, you throw us a link and say, hey, I want some feedback.
Yeah.
Well, fuck it. This is what you get, man.
Feeling cute. Think I'll draw some
I never
graveyard
ask
shift.
people for feedback. I never ask people for feedback.
You could spend the rest of your day reevaluating your
Yes.
existence. Yeah.
Yeah, I just ripped his soul out of his body. Shit on.
Did you guys? I found it quite curious in Graveyard Shift, and I think Anna even that Star Wars girl. I think she brought this up. But man, there's this super hot female character, right, in Graveyard Shift. What's her name?
Lilith.
I have read it, but it's for some reason the names aren't like in my head. But almost nothing. She's like barely there, like drawn very rarely, but like shirtless fucking dudes every other page. Like, I don't know, Malin, you got some splaining to do.
But overall,
I think.
I mean, to go back, I don't want to rip this dude. But I'm like, I think the line work is really good. His his anatomy is good. The attention to detail is good. It's just, just those couple of things, man. And then the picture will be, it's good. It could be outstanding.
Right.
And
A
that's
couple
the only
tweaks
reason
and this
why
will be a killer piece.
Yeah, I see the potential there in Lucius's stuff. I've seen his stuff before, and you're just notching it up every time. So I want to see it. The only reason why I say these things is because I want to see you get there, and I know you can do it.
Yeah, and I was just going to say,
just going to kiss you, stroke you off and kiss your ass.
no, I don't want that. I want to see Lucius at Kanan level. You know what I'm saying? I want him above Kanan level.
Yeah.
And he won't get there if we just fucking coddle him. So guess what?
Well, yeah, dude, I think that's
boobs
really
are matched. The piece is off kilter. Fix it.
I think that's
we believe in you.
That's an interesting point. Like if the talent, if you didn't see the potential there, you wouldn't be passionate. You wouldn't really care enough to go into length about how to make it better. But because that underlying skill, obviously the time, dedication, you can see it.
Yeah,
he's in it. He's there, and it's like he's close to touching that greatness, right?
Yeah.
We
went on a spiel because we actually give a shit.
Right. Yeah. Nice. Well, I'm glad the show kind of went this, like we were able to wrap it up with something very comic based, artwork based. I feel good about that.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No,
Felt like somebody else had something to say.
I was going to find something here, but it's probably too late. So go ahead. I did a Graveyard Shift piece, and I just wanted to point out what I was talking.
Dude, bring it up. We got time.
Yeah, bring it
I'm
up.
looking for it. Yeah, you guys talk. I'm looking for it.
All right.
Okay.
It's kind of
old. Next time we'll judge one of my pieces.
Nice. Yeah, maybe that can be a regular component of the show.
Yeah.
Like we end with a critique.
Yeah, we'll
do
do
a piece. That could be fun.
Yeah, like art college.
Let me share my screen here.
Yeah, let's just make sure
the person wants it.
You're ready for it.
Yeah, they have to want it. Like,
I've been coaching.
Okay, right. So here's mine. Mine's on more of a tilted kind of angle kind of deal. Yeah. But you notice if you tilt your head, everything's kind of centered right where it's supposed to. He's almost right in the middle of the moon there.
Yeah.
And she's out front with the swords coming sticking in your face. So she's a little bit bigger than the gun dude. So just to, I did a tilt to kind of give it a weird look, but
it's a Dutch angle.
Yeah, Dutch angle kind of look. Yeah. Nice. So that's when I'm
sitting here with my fucking head all like. I just realized I looked over. Oh shit! You look fucking weird.
It is centered. It actually is that everything's centered, but the focal point is like supposed to be her swords and his eyes when you first look at it. So that's what you want to do. You want to do a focal point and build off of that. So the swords point up to the left and up. So it helps you look at the rest of the picture. And the colors aren't very good, I'll admit that. But that's just the layout I'm talking about. Try different things and make sure everything feels flow, like it has a flow to it. So that's what I was going for.
Right.
So, I mean, It probably sucks too, but it's not very good. I'd redraw this too. This is from. I mean,
Like
this
I'm
is
saying,
from
like
2 years ago.
this has to be like a really older piece because
Yeah, it's from 2 years ago. It's from December of 18.
Oh wow. Okay.
show something more recent, Passion.
That has that kind of stuff in it.
Just something cool.
Anything. Show us
Anything
something
more
from
recent.
Doomfate.
I don't
Anything.
think this really kicks it.
Sorry. Yeah, I could show you some Doomfate.
12% too much Dutch. Yeah. Well.
Well, yeah. So again, could be better. I've gotten better, I think.
Is that the angle that makes your penis look bigger?
Yes. Exactly. Here, let me show you guys this page. This is a 2-page spread. It's not quite done yet.
Yeah.
So you can see here how the page on the left, this part on the left is going to be your left. When you open this, you'll see that on the left and this on the right. So you have Dirk up here telling all her kids to go attack the town, and it's just this pattern of all of them kind of running down a hill or a mountain, and then the Cyclops is throwing the rock across the page to get you to look at the next page. Then we go into a reverse shot where you see the giants coming down in the town, and then you reverse that shot and you go down and you see the actual giants smashing the town, and then you see one of them about to smash a girl. So
Nice.
all these kind of angles and stuff, this is all stuff you have to think about when you're setting up a picture or a page or whatever to show the action and mix things up. I've really pushed it in Doomfate.
Yeah.
You guys are going to see some really cool pages, and I've tried different designs and everything, because especially the ones where people are just talking to each other, those get boring. So I've done everything I could to make those exciting to look at.
What are you talking about? That's the entire mainstream has based their future on those kind of pages.
Because they're easy to draw. I find them boring.
I can't wait to watch Valeria cook a meal and talk with her best gal friend.
At the
right.
local inn, yeah. Yeah, there's all kinds of pages like this, and that's what you have to do. I think a lot of artists don't think about the design aspect, like the what's pleasing to the eye and what's action. You can do these big pages like this and do all this action. You just got to make it make sense, and you got to make it look cool. And
Yeah.
A lot of other artists would just draw one giant standing there and maybe a couple other panels. But
That's it's something Captain Fuckhead says a lot, and I know he got it from somebody else. I can't remember who. Maybe it was from you, Passion. Where he's just like, it's easy as an artist. You're trying to get better. You're trying to make it look right. But don't forget to make it look cool.
Yeah.
Make it look cool. That's what comic book fans just love. Cool shit. Like,
Oh, Michael.
at the end of the day,
this too. I mean, this is another one. It's another 2-page spread in the book. It's all about pointing. Getting everything, drawing your eye. This is kind of the same idea what we were looking at with Lucius's. It's setting up she's in the foreground, she's big, she's the leader, everybody understands that. You don't even have to know the backstory.
yeah,
They're all behind her, ready to attack. You all know something's going to happen here.
this is I love this. This is beautiful.
So
Yeah.
there's a lot of hours in this, but I started out actually. This is based on. I saw a picture Art Adams did. You remember when the Fantastic Four was replaced by Wolverine and the Hulk and Ghost Rider? He did this panel that looked kind of neat, and I like the way he set that. It's not a copy of it, but I like the way he set it up. So it's like that's what I was inspired by. So
Have you been on Michael Bancroft's channel, Passion?
I don't believe so.
You guys you should reach out to him, man. He's running
Yeah,
a really strong. I'm sure you've watched his stuff. You've probably been over
Michael's
there.
got a great show.
He's kicking
I've
ass,
probably
and he's promoting and platforming a lot of creators. Great stuff. I'm sure. I think it would be great for you guys to have a conversation.
Yeah, I'm going to be making another round to all shows again here soon because Doom Fate's going to be finished up here within weeks. So it's I got some coloring to do. And again, coloring is not easy either, Lucius. It's not. It
No,
takes
of course not.
I think I got 24 hours in this piece alone.
Damn.
From the sketching all the way up to the
Yeah.
and I still want to fix it. I still want to tweak it.
It's nice, dude. Yeah, that's got to be tough when you're working, like, it's totally your own project that you're creating from the ground up, start to finish. Where do you find that point where you're just like, okay, it's done, even though I know I'm gonna see things I want to change? When do you pull the plug on that? Like, how hard is that to do?
When when you want to move on to the next project.
Like, it just has to be done.
This has to, like, I'm at the point, like, I have 2 other books I need to get done. I have 2 other projects of my own I want to do. And it's just like, okay, I've been working on Doom Fate for 2.5 years, but I've been really working on it the past 6 months.
Yeah.
Drawing it and coloring it. And it's taken me way longer than I thought. But this is my first sequential book, so I usually do pieces like this. This is what I do normally. I just work on one big piece.
Yeah.
But yeah. I've had to cut back and take shortcuts and get things done. And
you have to, man. You got to choose your battles. Yeah, like when you want, like, obviously you take something like this and you're like, this is where I'm gonna pull all the stops.
Right.
But you can't do that every panel. You just can't. It's not feasible.
No, and it's like the opening of the book is a 2-page spread. There's 4 2-page spreads and 2 full-page pictures in this book.
Beautiful, dude.
And they're pretty epic, and I think people just like, wow, And I wanted that, especially for the giant fight scene. They're giants. You want it to be big. So,
guys, I gotta peace out. But thanks for having me.
Yeah, it's time. It's time.
It's time to go.
But
who was it? Is that Red Devil?
Yeah, that's me. I gotta get going, but
all right.
Follow me on Twitter at legend_end. I hope today wasn't too negative, but I think venting is good, though.
Yeah, I agree.
It helps get us through the harder times.
I feel bad, dude. I just had to do it. I just needed to, like, get it out of there, get it out, man, because I was just pissed. But I feel I'm in a much better mood now, and we're talking about art and shit.
I thought you were talking about Lucius Red.
I mean, yes, I thought so too.
Yeah.
Damn.
Well, cool. Thanks, man.
Awkward. All right, take care.
See you, dude.
Later.
All right. Yeah. So I definitely think Michael, get in touch with Bancroft. I think you guys. I think he's down to have you on his channel, and sell some books, man. Doom Fate, people. If you haven't backed Doom Fate, get on it.
I'm gonna talk to skits too. So
cool. Gargoyle, is there anything you want to shout out?
No, nothing on the top of my mind.
Okay. All right.
Forsaken Gods. I'm drawing a piece right now. Yeah,
nice.
Back his book.
Very cool. Fresher loot. Forsaken Gods. Absolutely. Edwin.
So yeah, please everybody, if you haven't signed up, please sign up for the ACE mailing list. All backers will receive a very awesome exclusive trading card by the great Archsider, who's got this killer pinup for Tilt 2. He did a great piece for the Ace. Gave a sneak peek on Peter Samedi's stream. No, nice. It was the Zaid comic stream, actually. I get my streams confused. The Hardline stream. Showed you a little sneak peek of that. So yeah, go back to listen. It's coming in January, so I'm excited.
Nice, man. Nice. And the links, it's in the chat. I've got a bunch of links in the description below. All kinds of great projects. Only Death Can Save Us, Through the Woods. And of course, Charlie's London. She won the pitch contest a couple weeks ago, so she's getting promotion on this show for a while. And guys, thanks for being here. I think this was it was cathartic. I think we did it was nice talking through some of this shit with you guys. And I appreciate you being here. Yeah. And as always, to the chat, thank you. You guys contribute so much to the shows. I really appreciate everybody. If you haven't subbed to the channel, please do so. And we will be back tomorrow.